Okay, welcome to our 6th lesson. Our previous section covered our document color modes, whether that be CMYK or RGB. And this lesson is going to discuss using document templates. And again, it's brought to you by printwand. So here we have a sample template of a folder that we're working on. Go ahead and go up to our menu bar, go to select, and then down to the first one there, which is all. If we look up, we can see that the dimension of our templates are 20¼ inches by 16¼ inches. Let's go ahead and deselect our image by clicking off in the area outside of the document. But first, let's take a look and we'll notice these tabs on the left and right sides of our templates. These are what our pockets attach to. They both will fold in, and then the pocket at the bottom of the document folds up, and it's glued to these tabs. This is what creates our pocket. Now for right now, we really don't need to worry about them at this point. It's just something to keep in mind. So now let's click on the Document Setup button up here, just below our menu bar. And we're going to want to hit the Edit Artboards button in the top right of that menu. So we notice here what comes up is a document size of 18½ inches by 16¼ inches. And that's narrower than our template, but that's because of those tabs. So let's hit Escape, and we're going to exit out of our Document Setup view, but we'll continue checking out our document. Let's go up to the menu bar, and we're going to head to Window, and then head down to Layers. And if we look at our Layers palette, we can see that we have our document template as well as our document artwork here on separate layers. And this is exactly what you're looking for. This is accomplished by going down to the bottom of the Layers panel and clicking here on Add a New Layer. In order to work on different layers, all you have to do is click over the layer name, click on that layer, and this will place you in that layer that you want to work in. So if we look just left of the layer name, we're going to notice these two boxes. One contains an eye icon, and this is what toggles the layer on and off. The other contains a lock, and this is what locks the layer in place so that you can't mistakenly move something around that you don't want to. So let's go ahead and make our art layer visible, and we can see how our layout works in relation to our template. So notice here how a portion of our artwork extends past our template lines. This is our bleed area, and this is an area that extends out at least 1/8 inch past our document size. So go ahead and we'll head up to the menu bar and we'll go to View, we'll move down to Guides, and then go over to Show Guides. And now we can see this red line here. This is what represents our document bleed area, and our artwork correctly extends out into this area. So now with our guides on, we can also see these lines that are on the inside of our template. What they are, they represent our artwork live area. They're located about 1/4 inch inside of our document area. And this is the area that we want our art and copy to stay in so that they don't get cut off in the margins. Let's go back over to our layers palette, and we're going to toggle on our live area layer. Now, we don't have to have a live area layer on our final document, but this is just for the purposes of seeing how things relate a bit more clearly in our document, just so that we can kind of see exactly what things are supposed to look like. So we can see that everything is lined up and laid out correctly on our document. Everything falls within our document template and lines up with our guides. Now, if we notice here these groups of markings at the bottom of the template over our pocket, these are indicators for different groupings of business card slits. And there's a number of different orientations that you can use. But what you want to keep in mind is that after you've selected the area you want to use for your business cards, it's important not to place text or graphics in that specific area. Otherwise, it's going to be covered up by the business card that's inserted in those slits. So here we have some tips to look for when using our document templates and making sure that our files are set up correctly in preparation for going to print. In our final lesson, we'll be talking about the differences between vector and raster artwork. So if you've ever had a printer ask you for those different types of files, this is going to be a really helpful lesson to you. You're going to want to stay tuned for it. Make sure to check back often to printwand for more video lessons as well as other articles to help you with your marketing and promotional needs.